Hi everyone, welcome to week 11 of the course. Some couple important reminders for this week. Week ends on Thursday, and make sure that you focus on. If I was you, I'd really get that stuff in early just to make sure that you complete it on time. Now the final exam is going to cover chapters 20 through 25, which are units 6 through 10. It's going to contain 60 multiple choice questions. Once you open the exam, you must complete it within 2 hours of starting it. That means if you start it, let's say I start it right now and it's 4 o'clock, you have to end it at 6 o'clock. Now, even if you close out of the screen, the clock is always ticking, so make sure to take it and complete it. Now, there will be no extensions on the final exam. It's due Thursday night. You also have a discussion board to complete. Make sure at the discussion board that you really still put thought into the discussion, the content that you're looking at, because that's really important. Now, with the final exam, it's going to be just like the midterm exam. Now, the challenge that you're going to find that a lot of people get confused about is on the exam, it says you can start and resume the test later, which is correct. The problem is the clock is always running during that time. So make sure that you note that. So if you look at the bottom of your computer, make sure to note when you start it and add 2 hours, because that's when you get to complete it. Some questions that you might get on the final exam is going to be looking at an expansionary period. Might get a question about transfer payments. Get a question about government spending. What type of policies deal with? That's fiscal policy. The circular flow diagram is another important topic. What's inflation? What is a recession? What's that classified as? The Fed, what do they control in their components? Flexible and sticky prices in our economy. The major challenge of the circular flow diagram. The term business cycles. Keynesian in the theory of government spending. A concept that's studied in macroeconomics. Something that's included in GDP. So I'm going to give you a list of choices. You tell me what's included. Describing a worker that's unemployed, and specifically what type of unemployment that exists with that worker. Another example of the type of unemployment. The definition of GDP. The largest component of GDP. An example of someone buying a machine. Where does that include in GDP? Real GDP. What's that measuring? An example of unemployment, when people stop looking for a job, what are they classified as? The definition of stagflation. Looking at inflation rates and giving you an example. Make sure to note that the base year is 100 with inflation rates. The index used to measure inflation. The best indicator of inflationary pressures in our economy. The difference between the real and nominal interest rates. Looking at the real cost of borrowing money. The productivity of a worker is defined as what? The average growth rate of the U.S. economy since 1990 has been what? The definition of MPS and uncertainty about the future. All of those are types of examples that you might see on your final exam, some types of questions. Make sure to note you get 1 attempt, 2 hours, and when you start it, you have to end it. And if you have any questions, let me know, but I look forward for a successful conclusion on the final by Thursday night. Take care.